Hey, they stole my cigarettes. F*** them up. And that's what happens when you steal my Lucky Strikes, the old unfiltered ones. And yeah, I'm up to my bullshit yet again with playing and reviewing another game that is near and dear to my heart, and that game is Medal of Honor Frontline, being played here on the PlayStation 2, which, like my GTA 3 review, I think this and Medal of Honor Rising Sun are meant to be played on a PS2. Especially since Frontline was first released for this console back in May 2002. If for some reason you couldn't tell, the game takes place in the later European theater of World War II. You play as Lieutenant James Patterson, who first takes part in Operation Overlord with the storming of Omaha Beach. And like many World War II games during this time, it is almost an exact copy of the beginning of Saving Private Ryan, right on down to the Bangalores.
We've got cover! There's defilade on the other side! Everybody, over the seawall!
From there, you are picked up by the Office of Strategic Services and sent on spy missions around Europe to crush the German war machine. So, apart from participating in other battles like Market Garden, it plays very much like the first game on the first PlayStation. Which, I gotta be honest, to go from the action-packed sequence of D-Day to the really calm spy missions is kind of a letdown. I don't know if that was intended, but if you were to give me an option to go on spy missions or just be a grunt in a trench, I'd choose being a grunt every time. I don't know, every time I play this series or just old war games in general, it reminds me how Call of Duty came in and just absolutely dominated this sphere of FPS. So it sounds like I hate this game, but I don't. Everything that this game offered is a clear step up from Medal of Honor 1 on the first PlayStation. The graphics alone are a clear generational leap from the Jage appearance on PS1. Like, there is no longer massive amounts of fog on screen to cover up the buildings in the distance, which I'm sure was mind-blowing to anyone who didn't have a PC at the time. There can now be a ton of enemies and allies on screen at once battling it out, and while it's not as hectic as shooters that came out even during this time, they at least give you enough weapons to make it hectic. Like, give me a Thompson and put me in the back of a pickup truck and we're gonna have a good time. Although the Springfield rifle is probably the best gun in the game, especially at higher difficulties, the BAR, on the other hand, just has an amazing sound and feel to it. You combine this with a shotgun and yeah, you are just a one-man killing machine. The gun sounds all fine and good, but the music is just superb. While I wouldn't bump this in my car, I wouldn't mind owning the CD soundtrack and playing it over my stereo system, which I'm pretty sure almost all of the Medal of Honor games are known for their good soundtracks.
Das lässt du schön bleiben!
Speaking of owning things from this game, the photos or paintings in the loading screens are something I wouldn't mind having either. The picturesque landscapes of where you're fighting is honestly something we have not seen since. Odd praise, I know, but you can't tell me they don't look good.
Ja, das Lied kenne ich auch. Ist mit ihrem fetten Hintern auf den Boden geknallt? Hast das Marmor gesprungen?
But back to the gameplay. Medal of Honor Frontline has certain tasks you must do in each level to advance to the next, much like GoldenEye on the N64 or just, the first Medal of Honor game. If you forget to do a task that was at the beginning of a level, well, congrats, because now you have to go all the way back to complete it. So be sure to keep an eye on your objectives when you pause the game, because your boy James Patterson doesn't have a sprint button.
Hey, don't shoot! Don't shoot! 82nd Airborne Private First Class Jerry Langto. Mind if I tag along? I got separated from my...
Other than that, the game is pretty straightforward. Just simply go around putting an end to Nazi tyranny in Europe, and at the end of the game you at least do some real spy shit like something out of an old Bond movie, where you kill the main bad guy then fly out of the enemy's prototype plane. Good stuff. And unlike the ports to the GameCube or original Xbox, the PlayStation 2 version does not have any form of multiplayer whatsoever. So, on the PS2 it is a fully single-player experience. No on-the-couch multiplayer here. So I guess if you got some buddies over, you're gonna have to play something else. So really, that is all there is to this game. Chances are, if you have a collection of games for any of the 6th generation systems, you probably have a copy of this, or Rising Sun waiting to be dusted off and played. I would recommend this game or series in general to someone who might want to see how first-person shooters were before Call of Duty took the reins and dominated the sphere. If you're tired of the modern shooter landscape and want to play an FPS of a bygone era, pick up a copy of Medal of Honor Frontline or Rising Sun, as they are both still relatively affordable today, even complete in box. If you're someone like me who doesn't care for the greatest graphics or anything like that, you'll have a decent time going through this one. And if you see my stolen Swisher Sweets, please let me know.